Hello everyone and welcome back to another cleaning video. Today I wanted to do an autumn and fall themed clean while we go around the house, take on some of the things that have been forgotten we haven't done in a long time over here, while also showing you some of the fall touches that I've added into the house and ways we're making it cozy over here now that it is officially fall and we can all recognize that. If you're here for some cleaning motivation, you want to clean alongside me, grab those fall scented cleaning supplies, and if you don't have any yet, I will show you some of my favorites in this video that will make such a difference in making your home feel nice and autumny. Here are a few of the spots that we're working on today. Pretty much the whole downstairs of our house is a mess. This was birthday week for us. My Charlie girl turned 5 this week. The girls were having so much fun after we celebrated, so we kind of just left everything as it was. And this is the day that we're finally going to pick some of that up. First things first, I never clean without a podcast or a playlist going. If you hop on Spotify, I love the Fall Gilmore Girls or just Fall Feels playlist. They really set the tone for a nice relaxed clean. Now normally I would start in the kitchen, but I had been watching someone else's cleaning video and I wish I remembered who, and she was cleaning out her washer, which made me think I need to clean out my washer and sparked really the whole filming of this video. So thank you whoever that was, and that's why cleaning motivation videos are great. I can't tell you the last time that I cleaned out our washer. It's been a minute, but I was actually surprised that not all that much came out of there. If you have never cleaned your washer out, there should be this little area where you drain the water out and clean your filter. Ours really just had some hair and some random grit in there, which I'll show you. I think you're supposed to clean this filter out every few months. If you haven't done that though, I don't know, you might find a nice surprise in there. We've lived at houses where I've never cleaned this filter out, but we bought this washer and dryer new ourselves, so I've been trying to take better care of it. And this is probably the second time that I've cleaned it out, so it was pretty clear in there. And then while I'm cleaning that, I figured why not do a whole deep clean of this washer? I've actually been fairly nervous about the washer since we've bought it. We got it knowing that it was a front loading, and having had previous ones in the past that had a lot of mold issues. We asked a lot of questions from the salespeople and we're pretty reassured that this seal or this machine was mold resistant. Something about the seal itself was antibacterial. I don't know if that's actually like really a thing, but the other tip that they gave us was to always leave the door open after you run it and wipe it down so that it's dry. And I have been fairly religiously doing that. I never leave the door shut. So we have not had a mold issue. This is the first time that I've ever wiped this out since we purchased it, and almost nothing was on that rag. So I was pleasantly surprised. It's doing really well. We've had it at least a year now. I want to say at least a year. So loving this washer. And then this also has a self-clean cycle on it. So I'm going to pop in a fresh tablet. I'll link them down below, but this is a washing machine cleaning tablet. Pop that in on the self-cleaning mode so that it can do that. Our washer is pretty smart, so it usually tells me when the self-clean needs to run. And I'm gonna wipe down all the fingerprints off of here. The dust, I don't know why it's dusty. I'm in here every day using it. Underneath of our washer and dryer, we have these risers that we keep extra towels in, and the handles always get super dirty. So we're gonna give those a nice wipe down and get this room feeling nice and fresh. To the kitchen now. I really wanted to start with the dishes so that I could get that satisfying before and after for my brain to continue cleaning. One of the most cozy things that I have done in this kitchen or in the house is to add a little lamp there in the corner. I've seen so many people do it, but it really does make it feel so nice in here. I love having it on at night. I am a small lights around the house person. I hate the harsh light of an overhead. I will never turn on the big light. That is never ever gonna happen. So little small lamp in the corner of the kitchen, fantastic for the cozy autumn vibes. While I was cleaning out the dishes and I still had the washing machine on my brain, I realized there's a filter in the dishwasher as well. And this is a fairly new dishwasher, but I've never cleaned this filter out. Pulled it out and you can kind of see the slime and the sludge that was hanging out in here, as well as a few random things that were trapped, maybe a grape stem. So I'm going to put all these dishes away and then give that filter a good clean so that we can have cleaner dishes in the long run. For me, it is so easy to forget that our appliances and our cleaning tools actually need to be cleaned. Last week, I cleaned out my Dyson for a deep clean for the first time, but only because I sucked a very large spider up into it, and when I went to empty it outside, I wasn't sure where the spider landed, so I wasn't confident that it wasn't still in the vacuum. So I was like, all right, I gotta clean this thing so I can sleep at night knowing that spider isn't gonna crawl back out of my vacuum at some point. Never found the spider. I'm assuming he's living his great life outside somewhere. Actually, if you want to see that, I put it in one of my fall cleaning reels over on TikTok and Instagram. He truly said, I'm part of this fall decoration. And I said, no, thank you, sir. You may leave this house. Just a few dishes to hand wash here, and I'm using my power spray on it because this one had some moldy food in it, and I just feel, I don't know why, like mentally I feel better with the Dawn Power Wash. But in our little Scrub Daddy dish soap, I have some of the fall scented Mrs. Meyer's dish soap, which is my favorite. I think it's the acorn spice in there, and it just gives you a little burst of autumn or fall every time you have to do the dishes, which is mostly every day. So that paired with my playlist. If you look outside, some of our trees are actually already starting to turn. I know the one in our front yard, which I call Britain's tree because it's right outside of Britain's window, is very red, especially at the top. A lot of the leaves are starting to fall off, which is crazy because it's only the end of September. And I think it's usually the end of October when that tree really looks its best. Back to this dishwasher filter. I started by just spraying it with the water, and you could see the slime just fall right off of it, which is disgusting. I did also clean it with soap and scrub it. There were so many little bits I didn't see in here originally, so it was pretty gross. Glad we cleaned that out, and our dishes have been much cleaner ever since then. Next up, just gonna give the counters a little tidy. Some toys and things left out from the birthday party, and Charlie and I had ordered lunch and did a puzzle. She loved, oh my gosh, her favorite thing is soup and a puzzle. So she's home one day a week with me, and we will often order soup and do a puzzle together when Britton is napping. So that was right now. We had already done the soup and the puzzle. You saw a little bit of her doing that earlier. We've been doing that all summer, but I feel like that pairs really well with a fresh, crisp autumn day. Love a bowl of soup and a puzzle with my girl. Apple cider is one of my very favorites. I also like the autumn something. I'll put it on the screen. They're both very fall. Will give you a great fall, lovely fall scent. This is my favorite though. Acorn spice, that's what it is. I like acorn spice a lot, but apple cider is just a little bit lighter. The candle that I'm setting out here is vanilla pumpkin. I picked it up last year at Target, and I love this candle. It smells so nice. I really love any pumpkin candle in the autumn season, but this little vanilla twist is very good. And this is a crackle candle, so it sounds a little bit like a campfire, sets a really good mood in the house, and the scent is amazing. This is the cutest little pie dish that I picked up at World Market. It's for pies, but I've been putting just baked goods, muffins, different things in here because I love the way that it looks on the counter. Very cozy, pumpkin fall. We're gonna pick up this area now. This is mostly just some trash and tidying, things that need to go upstairs or in the playroom. Normally I work room by room. So I'll clean the whole kitchen, I'll clean the floors of the kitchen, and then I'll move to this room and I'll do this, and then I'll do the floors. But sometimes I think, why do I do that when I could just clean it all up and then do the floors all at the same time? I don't know how my brain works. But we're gonna pick up this area. There's some sand on here from the girls. I unknowingly picked a birthday gift that included sand, so we had a little bit of sand play at the table. I'm just gonna shake this off outside and see if we can keep using this because I do love this checkered print. All came off, so I think I'm just gonna put it back on the table for now. Usually I put this tablecloth out for birthday parties, but I also think that this is a very autumn fall print, so I wanted to leave it up for a little while longer. Of course, the next day we spilled Gatorade all over it, but I'm gonna give it a wash and put it back out. Time to take down some of the birthday decorations. Her birthday for me is the true marking of fall because when we went into the hospital to have her, it was hot, it was summer, we were sweating, I think it was like 80 degrees. Came out 2 days later and the leaves were falling, it was chilly, we were like, the season changed while we were in there having her. So every year when it's her birthday, I think it's fall time, it's my fall baby. Look who's awake! Well, this one woke up right when we were finishing that room up. So we're gonna sit her at the counter, have some late lunch. We had a late nap today because we had a play date this morning. I bet you look so big because no one's seen you in a while. Nose? Nose. Where's your mouth? Where's your ears? Where's your hair? Where's your chin? Where's your eye? Can you show me mad? Can you show me scared? Show me happy. Say happy. Happy. So Britton's up from her nap. She was very excited about eating lunch. So I set her there with some food while I am gonna finish up the floors here in the kitchen. I am filling up my wet dry vacuum, the love of my life, use her every day. Well, I'm wondering, sometimes I know you're supposed to use the cleaning solution that it comes with. Every once in a while I'm a little sneaky and I pop in something that it doesn't come with and I haven't really noticed a difference. I wonder if I can put in something that has an autumn scent to it and then the floors would smell amazing. That's an idea for next time. Today I'm cleaning up some spilled Lucky Charms that had covered the floor in a layer of marshmallowy dust. So this wet dry vacuum, I've seen it struggle with nothing. It picks up everything from eggs, cereal, full-size goldfish, full-size grapes, you name it. It can get it all. I've talked enough about it on here. You see it in almost every Instagram reel that I do. But I love a good wet dry vacuum and now I can't imagine my life without it. Black Friday comes around. This is always a good deal to look out for. The cool thing about it is it can even roll right over my standing mat that I have in here, which is also a little bit of a checkered pattern that kind of makes me feel fall-like. It's in here all year, but it definitely adds a little bit of fall to the room. was not on purpose, but I accidentally forgot to film a YouTube video, like a fall decorate with me this year, which is usually one of my favorite videos to film. I did film it and put it up on TikTok. There's a couple different reels over on Instagram and then TikToks as well, where I decorated the kitchen and then the living room and the entryway. So if you want to see those, I'll have my links down below to them. But I totally blanked on putting it in a YouTube video. So you can see that I did the shelves over in the kitchen, and I really like to just do the downstairs of the house. There's a couple, maybe in our bedroom upstairs, fall things, but I find that I like to, fall and Christmas are my favorite things to decorate for. But I usually just keep it downstairs. Christmas I will take upstairs, however, because I kind of go a little bit more all out for that. I don't think I was truly prepared for how dark of a water dump this was, and just all the dog hair that came from this week. I'm trying to think back, like, did I not? Usually I do this every day, so it must have been a couple of days. And whew, that water was nasty. Here is the kitchen before and after. So fresh and crisp and clean. And we're gonna head over into the living room now, where I can show you one of my favorite things that I've added in here. Two of my favorite things, actually. As you can see, Harry Potter lights. Fall to me is Harry Potter season. So I've added a couple Harry Potter touches in the room, but it's also Gilmore Girls season. So to clean this room, we're gonna pause the playlist and of course put on some Gilmore Girls on the screen to have in the background while we're cleaning. It is truly my comfort show. If everything in the world around me is melting, I can turn it on, go to Stars Hollow, and ignore all of that. We're in a good mood today though, because it is autumn here in the living room. You can see the red and the brown touches. I added a new pillowcase cover to the big pillows on the sofa, and then I pulled out my fall pillows down from the basement, and this little ghost pillow, I picked it up at Marshall's, actually online at Marshall's. So cute, and a little candy corn one. They're so soft and fluffy. But back to the Harry Potter things. On the mantle, I've got my golden snitch clock, which I picked up this year from Pottery Barn. A little bit of a splurge, but I love it. And like I said, Nick and I watch Harry Potter every year this time of year, usually end of October, so we haven't gotten there yet. And I really just wanted some of those touches in my house. I love the floating candles as well. These turn on with a wand, but I do think that they look really cool even if you're not into Harry Potter. They give off autumn and fall to me, and at night they are so pretty lit up. We also have a couple candles on the shelf over there that are flameless candles, and those look really pretty at night as well. I'm going to clean up the coffee table, give it a dusting, and of course use this apple cider spray here so the whole room in here smells like autumn as well. Usually when you're cleaning, you want to work top to bottom. The dusting is done, wiping things off is done, so I'm going to move on to vacuuming. And I remembered earlier in the week, Miss Britton stood up on the couch and poured out a bowl of goldfish back behind it. So I'm going to move the couch, get the goldfish, and then just do a few of the spots in the room that needed a vacuuming, as well as the rug. this vacuum, and one of my favorite features is the boost mode. So when I go over where the dog usually sleeps, I will turn it up into boost mode and get all of that hair up. It also comes with all those attachments so I can clean the couch pretty easily. And again, I'll use the boost mode and those extra hairy patches, and it gets everything off. On to the playroom, as it's the last room downstairs. It really needs to be picked up. And Charlie, they had been playing upstairs with Barbies. Brady was helping me out, well, really just following me around the living room. So the big girls are down here to pick up the playroom, which honestly, little sister is mostly the mess maker here, because if she spends the day out here, she just loves to dump and run. We're all gonna clean this up, group effort together. And then after this, we were gonna open up one of the things Charlie got from her birthday party. So we were pretty encouraged on this day. A lot of times the girls will pop on a Tony, which is like our little music and story box. If you haven't heard of those, we really love them. So we had one of the Tonys telling us a story as we were cleaning up. It's kind of an easier way to get them to stay focused, but as you can see, some dancing here happens as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just put them in the playroom now. Charlie's favorite color is red. All right, all done putting this stuff back away now. Here's what we got out of the living room. Lots of hair, lots of dust. Not as bad as it usually is though, because we've had the robot vacuum running through there at night. The washer's almost done with this cleaning cycle. We've got the kitchen cleaned up, living, dining room. Girls and I did the playroom. I think I'm gonna head upstairs now and just pick up our bedroom. Otherwise, it's feeling so fresh. It smells amazing in here. This vanilla pumpkin is one of my favorite ones. It crackles like a little campfire. It's a pumpkin. Say pumpkin. Pumpkin. We went in Trader Joe's and there were all the pumpkins out. She was so excited and overjoyed to see all the pumpkin, all the autumn stuff. Making our way upstairs, walking slow, crawling slow, but we're homebound, actually bound to the bedroom. And that's the last room we're going to pick up today is our bedroom up here. Just a couple things in here that Britton brings in here. I try to keep this room free of kid things, but it just happens. We had a couple sick kiddos this week. One of the things I forgot to mention on here was my new pair of glasses. I had an eye doctor appointment last week for the first time in I think 20 years. Turns out I needed glasses. I got them and I didn't know how poorly I was seeing before because everything feels like HD to me now. And I said this in a reel earlier, but I looked around the house and I was like, wow, this is a lot dustier than I thought it was. And I felt like just going and cleaning everything. There is nothing fresher than fresh sheets. Britton's kind of helping me here with the fresh sheets. Pulled those out from our bed, which I am loving. It has the storage drawers in the side, so I keep all of our sheets in there. And I noticed that I change them more often now because they're just right here and easy to grab. A few fall touches in the bedroom up here. One of the best things you can do to make it feel like fall is to open up a window, let that crisp fall air in, and just air out the house. And the best way to cozy up a space is with a blanket. So this chunky knit throw that I've added to the end of our bed here gives it a lot of texture, and also I'm the one who is very cold when I sleep, so I am usually pulling this up over me, but I really just love the way that it looks and it is very soft. Last for the bed are these linen pillows. Give it a little chop. I know the chop is controversial, but I don't like the look of a floppy pillow and it feels finished to me when it's got that karate chop. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you hate the karate chop or if you love the karate chop. I feel like I get a 50-50 vote on most social medias. Almost forgot, the actual last thing I do to the bed is give it a little spritz. This is a body and linen mist. I love this scent. I picked it up at Target and I just give a couple sprays to that to the pillows and to the blanket, and it leaves the whole room feeling fresh. I can usually smell this all the way out to the hallway and I love it. That is the end of this cleaning video. Thank you guys so much for cleaning along with me. Please leave a like for this video and a comment, and as always, happy cleaning.